welcome back to the show. This is the second episode of Elevate with Evani. Today I have a really exciting show for you guys. I am actually going to be interviewing my ex-boyfriends. Jay.
Hi.
Jermaine.
Yes.
The one and only. Would you like to introduce yourself to the people?
Hi, my name is Jermaine. You can find me on Instagram at Mr. Afternoon Delight.
That name is still so ridiculous to me.
It's not though.
It's ridiculous. What are you trying to be?
I'm trying to be a model, so. But that has nothing to do with the correlation of the name. The name is all comedy. You have to have a sense of humor.
I just don't.
Have you ever seen Anchorman?
I have.
Do you know who Ron Burgundy is?
I do.
Well, there you have it. It's just a play on words. It's funny.
Okay.
It's a joke.
Uh-huh.
Well, see.
So continue introducing yourself.
Oh, that was about it.
Oh, okay. He is my ex-boyfriend from 100 years ago, from 17 years ago. How long was it?
20,000.
It was a long time. It was a long time. We're in our 30s now, so don't get confused. don't get confused. Let the people know. We are all the way grown, but we're going to be deconstructing our teenage relationship. I'm actually really excited about this conversation because I feel like there's so much that happened in our teenage relationship, which lasted 3.5 years, mind you. But I feel like there's so much that happened in our relationship.
I thought it was 4.
Was it 4? We dated, when did we meet? When did we meet?
I say like sophomore summer, that's how I remember.
Sophomore summer.
Sophomore summer going to junior, like.
Going into junior year, right, at church.
Yeah.
At church. Yeah. Well, I don't even want to shout out the church. We're not going to shout out the church. But it was, I was going to say, I was definitely 16. I remember that because I was allowed to have a boyfriend at 16. And then it was
just always phone conversations for the longest.
Yeah. And then when did it go until though? 19?
Yes, 19 and 20. It was like, because I remember a little bit of my 20s still talking to you.
But were we together then though?
Probably not.
I don't think so. We were just cool, but like, I don't know. I feel like it was 16 to 19. We'll say 16 to 19.
Not 20, you're right, exactly.
I was going to say 4 years. That seems.
You're right, it was 3.
Okay. Well, yeah, our relationship lasted for 4 years. No, sorry, 3.5. See, it was in my head, whatever. 3.5, 16 to 19. 16 to 19. And we met in church.
Yes.
Yeah, that was always interesting because that's how you're supposed to find a man of God. That's where you go looking for a man of God in the church.
I mean.
Did you actually ask me out? I don't remember this.
From my memory, we talked on the phone a lot.
We did.
And I used to get you in trouble with with your father a lot, with your bill always going.
Yes. Oh my God. Back when you had to pay for extra minutes.
It would be like right after school, I'll call you and it's supposed to wait till after 7.
Yeah.
Then couldn't wait till after 7 because it was just like, why wait till after 7?
That was so ridiculous.
When I can call you as soon as I get home.
It was so ridiculous to me. But even then, it was like staying on the phone for like hours and hours and hours, like into the night. And then the cell phone bill would be so high because you had to pay for extra minutes.
I think I asked you to be my girlfriend when we went to a couple movies because we used to go to movies all the time. And like that was our thing. We
did. It was the meeting ground, like in the middle though, because you didn't live close to me.
I didn't live close to you at all. It was. It's a journey.
35, 45 minutes away.
The quest to get you.
Yeah, we lived really, really far out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, wait, so you asked me, I honestly don't remember. Me neither. I don't remember at all.
Official.
Yeah, I do remember it being official at some point, but then also us not being able to tell the church.
Yeah, I think all our friends knew.
All our friends knew, but everybody else.
Parents didn't know.
It was
they were like, is this your little girlfriend? I'm like, no.
We're friends.
Who? Ebony? No.
We're friends.
She lives so far away.
This number right here, that we're friends. Jacked up the cell phone bill, friends. That was crazy though. I honestly, you remember, I don't know if you remember this. It was this girl who had the same birthday as me. I think her name was Brittany.
I'm bad with birthdays.
Okay. But I think her name was Brittany. She had a crush on you too. She was at the church. She was like, "Oh, Jermaine is so cute. He's so sexy. This, that, this, that, this, that." I was like, "Yeah, he's really cute, whatever." But then you ended up paying me more attention than her. And then she was like, "What's this I hear about you and Jermaine?" And I was like, "Whoa, what? Calm down. Like, you didn't hear anything. You didn't hear anything."
I don't remember her.
I remember that she was like trying to like get like in my face about what she heard about us, and I was like, you didn't hear anything.
I do remember when we made it official. We made it official when we went to like that Six Flags trip with the church.
Was it Six Flags? Is that when we messed up the cones in the parking lot?
I don't remember cones in the parking lot, but I do remember making it official where everybody knew that we were together. Because we literally walked around together everywhere.
No, we did. We went to a lot of different rides and stuff, and it was like, oh, Evani and Jermaine are always somewhere standing. It's like, relax. But whatever, I don't care if you know.
Right, exactly. So.
I don't care if you know. And then, yeah, I think definitely it was official by then, but.
That's just how, like, I'm sitting here trying to piece the times together.
Yeah, it's all fuzzy now. It's also fuzzy now.
Yeah. Why is it all fuzzy for you?
Yeah, like the timeline. Okay. Wow. Trying to throw me under the bus? What was that?
Because, like, there's so many paper planes ago for me. So.
Oh, okay. Well, was I your first girlfriend? Was I your first girlfriend? Don't lie. Don't lie.
I did have girlfriends like in like freshman year, but they were not like weren't allowed. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't like a legit relationship.
Yeah, it wasn't. You were my first you were my first legit one. Of course, I had like 9th, 10th grade, but it was like
not for real.
Mom didn't like it there, or it's like my mom would like it, or their mom wouldn't like it, or my mom didn't know, or mostly it was no parent really knew.
You're right. It was all underground relationships in high school.
You had a crush on somebody, but it wasn't really allowed.
It didn't manifest into nothing, right?
It was always like ignored, like, oh, that's some person you like. Oh, you want to go to the park because you want to see this person. Like it's not like
you were my first boyfriend. Like you said, I had crushes and stuff before. On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate our relationship?
The beginning, it was the greatest. The ending was the ending. That's how I'll say it.
Okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, though, give it a number. Give it a number overall.
I'll give it an 8.
An 8, yeah. Looking back, and I think it took me a few years. Looking back, I think our relationship was like a 10. Still, I think you're like my favorite ex-boyfriend, like out of all of them.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Reputation not bad, I guess.
No, I mean, we obviously wouldn't have worked out, and like hindsight being 2020, I know that now. But in the 3.5 year stretch that we had, it was like, okay, I felt like you were my friend and also my lover. Like my ideal partnership, even now, is like a best friend lover. And I felt like you actually fit in that category.
Thank you.
Yeah, because other guys, I don't know, I felt like they just wanted to jump straight to the sex or whatever. And it was like, you're not interested in me as a person, like, or a friend. I think our relationship developed first, like you as an emotional connection, because we did spend so much time talking on the phone. Right. And then it was like,
that was only because I was also on punishment a lot.
Oh yeah, you were. You were grounded like all the time, yo.
So it was just like, oh, I have to figure out how to compensate for something.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you were grounded a lot. You were grounded a lot. Because he didn't listen, because he was hard-headed. You were hard-headed. I remember that.
I just have a habit of doing my own thing when it doesn't always benefit me.
No, he's stubborn. He's a Capricorn. He's stubborn.
Here we go with that.
He doesn't believe in the signs, but the signs believe in him. Let me tell you, everybody that says that they don't do astrology or whatever, it's like they're exactly what their sign is.
I don't not do it. It's just that I don't let it like direct me.
Honestly, it's not even supposed to be like a whole belief system, but it's like following the stars. It's like this stuff lines up. Anytime I look into it, it's like this stuff lines up.
Maybe it's just all coincidental for me. There we go. Yeah.
I don't believe in coincidences. But so you would give our relationship an 8. Yes. What is that? So from the beginning, what was it like in the beginning with us?
It was like you said, we were friends. Conversation never died. I loved the fact that you were musically inclined. Like you had you knew a lot about music. I really appreciate that.
I was going to be a singer when I grow up.
Yeah, you also could sing. I don't know. It's just like you're dope. I mean, you're still dope now, but you know.
Yeah, but so what was it back then that like drew you to me as a relationship? Or why were we in a relationship for so long? I think you are also my longest relationship.
Because you were dope to me.
That's it? You don't have a reason? It wasn't my energy?
It was like, that's what I mean. Like everything about you was dope. So it was just like, I'm going to do right and I'm going to make sure I do my part. I thought your hair was beautiful. I thought the way you kept up with your skin. I thought just like who you were as an individual, how smart you were. I thought you were dope. So it was just like,
okay.
yeah.
I'll take it.
I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know how to make it any more simple. Or like, if you want me to sit here and peel back all the layers, like.
Well, that's why we're deconstructing our teenage relationship.
That answer was just like in itself the answer.
So it was simple. It wasn't complicated.
Yeah, but it was like the dopeness touched all the things that you need to touch.
Okay. What does that mean? It touched all the things. What does that mean?
I mean, we're together for 4 years or 3 in high school. So it was like everything that I needed to get done, everything, whatever level we were at was a gold star.
Okay. So then it did it for you. It was like, okay. Yeah. Okay.
It was exactly what I was looking for or what I felt I needed.
Okay. Interesting. So how long did that take you? Like the process?
You mean process?
Like how long did it take you to recognize my dopeness? Like did it take a long time?
It's like over the time of the conversations. Like that's why we kept talking. Because it's like, oh, okay.
So it's like, would you like to continue? And you're like, yeah.
Just take for example, if you like get an app and then it'd be like, okay, like you just said, and like, would you like the free subscription? And like, yes. Okay. Yes.
So when you first met me, then do you think you were using your head or your heart or both?
Both. Because it was like it's mostly heart when you're getting into somebody.
Okay.
And then it's like afterwards, as your head clicks in, I guess for me, it was just like check. So then my heart is like intertwining more. It's like check. So that's what at least it was for me.
Right. I think for me, I don't know. I think it was physical at first because I thought you were like a very attractive person. For everyone watching, if you're watching this, do you see his patch? Isn't this cool? I just thought he was like an interesting looking man. And then it was like, he's also 6'4". I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell on camera, but it was like your height. And then it was like very physical. Like it was like, whoa, he looks like really, really good. And then after getting to know you, I felt like your energy was very like grounding.
Thank you.
After we got like deeper in the relationship, I felt like you needed some more fire. And we've talked about this, not on camera, but like we've talked about this. But like at first it was like, oh, you kind of seem like a very, I don't know, well-rounded young man. Right. I don't know. It felt like a heavy energy, but not like bad. It wasn't bad heavy. Yeah. It was good heavy. Yeah. Which, I mean, makes sense because you're an earth sign. Yeah. But that's, I was going to say, I think also our conversations, again, it was that emotional connection first, and then it was everything else later. So that was really important to me.
That meme, it's really explicit, but it's like, I forget, it's like sexopolgia or something like that. I don't know, some type of person. I don't know how to say the word right now. I don't want to struggle with it. But
okay.
It's like when you really get to know somebody intellectual, it opens up everything else. And that's kind of what it really was for me.
I think it was Actually, you mean sapiosexual?
Yeah.
Okay, so right, so there's sapiosexual and then there's demisexual. Okay. Demi is the emotional connection first, I believe. I don't know. Don't quote me, y'all. Don't quote me. Okay. But demisexual, I think, is the emotional connection first, and then sapiosexual is the intelligence.
Okay, so like that's what it was for me.
Okay, so you're sapiosexual. I thought I was sapiosexual at first, but now, like looking back, it's like, no, I need an emotional connection first, and then like sapiosexual is second.
Okay, well, you got me from here, and then the emotions came, and then everything else.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, so what was the breakdown for you? What was the breakdown?
What do you mean breakdown? You mean the bad?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the breakdown of a relationship, because it doesn't necessarily mean bad. It's just we weren't a good fit anymore. I mean, you could say bad too, right?
Right.
Because it wasn't all good, y'all. It wasn't all good.
For me, it got where I felt you started taking my kindness for a weakness. And me knowing now, I will call myself a simp.
No. No, I do not like.
Yeah, but I gotta call a spade, and I was a simp in some areas, and yeah, I was. I very much was. Me knowing who I am now, objectively looking at hindsight.
Okay. Sure. It's not for me to comment on. It's just for you to.
I was a simp, but I'm not gonna keep saying that. But yeah, you got very judgmental, and you weren't as fun, and you weren't mentally stimulating me anymore. Okay. So it was like emotionally, I was just like, I started to pull away, and then you start, then you started getting mean.
Yeah, I did definitely get mean. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. I definitely got mean.
And then even on your greatest days, your menstrual cycle was a doozy. Yeah. To be the first to ever understand like what
PMS was.
Oh my God, what? Like I mean, even on the days where you were the best, like before, like let's go back when everything was perfect. Your period days, I was like, I don't want her to call me, like.
You know what else though? I feel like I use my period as an excuse sometimes.
But whatever, it was your truth, and it was. Don't let you be hungry on your period.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
I still get hangry.
Yeah, you get hangry normally, but I'm saying hangry and on your period. It was just like, who allowed this to happen? That's when I found out I loved you and I had patience. Cause oh my God.
No, he does. He does have patience. And he did love me. I do believe that. Even to this day, I still believe that.
You were a doozy on that. Yeah. But no, besides that, and then I guess the breakdown, yeah, it really was that you got really mean and judgmental. And that's what it was. And it was just like I lost my passion for it.
Yeah. I think I got mean and judgmental though because I got diagnosed with my eye condition. Like it had very little to do with our relationship and a lot more to do with what was going on with me. But I didn't know how to like articulate that and like grieve. Honestly, I like probably needed a therapist back then, but it was like no one else that was listening to me. So it's like, take it out on your boyfriend. Yeah. It was a grieving process though. Like the first step I think was denial and then it was anger. And because I didn't know how to deal with what was going on with me, it was like, I'm just angry now. But I do appreciate our relationship because I think you were one of the first people who saw me like for real before the mask went on. Yeah.
Because I remember always this one argument we had is when you were talking about you doing stuff in school and I told you should like try to do something more with your music or do something more that fulfills your heart, and you were just like, you ripped me a new one.
I know. I was so mean, but it was, honestly, it was projecting. It was a judgment I had against myself, not necessarily you. But you didn't want to go to college, and I was like, well, this is the only answer I got, so... Well, yeah, how come you don't also have like fire in you to like do something and not necessarily because I still don't believe college, like 4-year colleges are the answer for everybody. And I even with all the student loan debt, I don't even know if I would promote that to my own children. But I do know it's like whatever you're gonna do, like be motivated to do it.
See, that was my thing. It was like, I think I told you like in some of our other conversations off camera, it was like, with all our friends around, that was the one time I was like actually envious of other people, is because I felt everybody else had direction. Because everything I tried to do, all the other stuff, it didn't, like, me knowing now, I was so, like, I was mentally weak. So it was like, I didn't understand the definition of discipline. I didn't understand the definition of work. I didn't understand what it is to be a man, to be honest. So if something didn't stimulate me or feel good to me, I didn't do it. So, you know, school was easy. It wasn't that fire. I needed a challenge. So if something didn't challenge me, it didn't like, I don't know, you don't watch anime, so you don't, like, it's kind of hard to get you to understand. But it's like, in some characters.
Avatar, Last Airbender, Fire Nation. Then the Fire Nation attacked. I am the Fire Nation.
You gotta watch a little deeper when they have
No, it does. It gets deeper. It gets more spiritual.
It's like Vinland Saga, like when they have layers to characters. Like, I was a certain type of person where, you know, I needed a certain type of stimulant to like make me go. So I will appear not to have ambition, or I'll appear not to whatever.
And I think that's why I got mean, because it's like, how do I get some fire up under you? Because I need.
If you be mean to me, it just makes me shut down. It's just be like, oh.
It was that.
You want me to really ignore you now.
Right. Being mean does not work, y'all. It does not work.
So it's like, yeah.
I didn't know that back then, though.
Let me just not, you know, take you seriously.
Yeah.
And give you the cold shoulder.
Yeah. No, you definitely did start pulling away. And I noticed it, but it was also like this, like, I am trying to, no, I was trying to prove to myself that I was like able and then like also worthy, you know, but then it was also this, like, I have to keep my own fire going, and I want you to keep you going. And it's like, I don't know how to keep both of us going, even though I love what we had. It was like, I feel like you're stopping and I'm still going.
Right.
And so it was like, how do I get you to go? We were going in high school because there was nowhere to go. It's just 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. Like, you're going to go regardless. But then when it came to like personal ambition, it was like, where are you?
Yeah, and I couldn't, at that time, I didn't have an answer. But then that's what I know now. It's like, that was okay for me then, but I needed to do stuff. But it was that I wanted to have something to be fired about, but nothing gave me anything fire until like down the line I started realizing like that was my bad choices of not pushing myself to be better at that time. Or that was a time to be okay to fail, but that's, you know, when to write down college, everybody has something. I'm like, well, I don't have nothing. And it's like, well, I'm a failure already. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what I thought
Back then, yeah.
But I didn't know that now. It's like, that's when I should use the time to go out there and fail at this and fail at that.
Yeah, fail fast.
Yeah.
Right.
Rather than, like, because now a lot of people, they've been, you know, they tell me like, hey, bro, you're ahead because I tried all this and failed at it.
Yeah, no, but I mean, even with me and YouTube, it was like there's a lot of stuff that did not work for me, but it's like, you got to jump and leap and take the risk, and like, yeah, you're going to fall on your face, and yeah, it's not going to work, and yeah, you're going to be embarrassed, and yeah, but it's like, I'm willing to let it cost me. And the more I ran towards it, it's like the better off you're going to get at it, whatever it is for you.
Right. And that's at that time I was like, because I didn't have the proper male guidance at the time for a lot of various different reasons. It's mostly, I take it upon me of not really allowing certain things to like guide me.
I was going to say, no, don't blame shift, because there should have been male guidance, you know. I'm saying, like, don't individualize it like, oh, it's my fault. It's like, no, someone should have been there.
But it was some things, some men did come around, but I was already, like, me hindsight, it was just like, I was already closed off.
You were stubborn.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was just like, you know.
Okay, so that was the breakdown of us.
Yes.
That's why you lost interest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we both kind of lost interest, to be honest.
Yeah, and give credit to the church. The church also was doing things as well at the time that made it hard for us to be cool, and hard for our parents in general.
Wait, the church? What?
Yeah, they started making certain things. We can't do this. We can't go here.
Okay, yeah, that church was crazy. The church was crazy.
You should let your kids have this.
The church, right? The church was very controlling.
They went to the movies by themselves with no supervision. How dare you? Like, they're 17.
They were
going to high school
very
dances.
kind of crazy. I know we went to, what was it, junior and senior prom together?
Yeah.
Both senior proms. You didn't have a junior prom. Did you have a junior prom?
I didn't.
I was going to say.
A formal.
We went to junior prom with Shaquille too. We went to my junior prom with Shaquille.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then senior prom, what was it? Ours was, what was our colors? Gold?
Yeah. Yours was gold, mine was purple.
Yeah, the dark purple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting experience. I thought prom was good. I actually like my junior prom more than my senior prom.
Well, yeah, my senior prom wasn't that good, remember? You didn't go all out for me like I wanted you to.
What? Whoa.
Yeah.
You was holding on to that one.
No.
What do you mean? Go all out? Go all out for what? What was I supposed to do?
Treat it like it was yours.
Oh, okay. How was I supposed to do that?
I don't know, that's what I did. I don't remember exactly everything, but when you brought up prom, it triggered. I was like, oh yeah.
But I'm trying to remember exactly everything.
I don't remember exactly everything. I just know I didn't like it because I was salty about you. Something with my prom around that time. Mm-hmm. It was a lot, but it was like I didn't appreciate that at all.
Okay.
But it's like I said.
I'm sorry I ruined prom for you.
It's okay. It really is.
Jay, I feel like you're still kind of holding on, but it's okay.
No, you know how many times I didn't let that go and, you know.
You gotta loosen up a little bit.
I'm chill.
Okay. I feel like he was
I
holding
finally
on.
have to say it now. I swear we have had talks about things.
I don't remember this talk at all.
Well, that's why I thought I'm over it because I was like, we didn't talk about it in my head.
I don't remember this talk.
Oh, okay.
But sorry I ruined your senior prom apparently.
It's good. It's over with. It's the past.
It was 15 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, 15. Senior prom was 15 years ago. Is there anything else you would like to get off your chest? What was the highlight of our relationship? What was one of the highlights?
I don't. Am I allowed to say stuff? Like really say stuff?
I don't listen.
You're a really good kisser.
Okay, yeah, you can say that.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, I don't know. Actually, you know what? Take it back. I take it back.
I don't know what is allowed to say on this space.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You're a really good kisser. Mm-hmm. Makeout sessions, you were dope. Remember like that 70s show?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, because we would be sneaking around the
Exactly.
house. we would be sneaking around the house just to make out.
Yeah. Exactly. Just like Eric and what's her name? Donna. Hot Donna and Eric.
They were A1, top tier. Highly recommend. Ladies, he's single.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so if there were 3 things that you liked about our relationship, what would they be? 3 positive, 3 negatives.
3 positive, 3 negatives. Mm-hmm. The positives was I could be myself around like your family. Like your family reminded me of like my family. Because a lot of black people and then just a lot of people that I know don't have like, I may not have like maybe always had my dad around, but like the way like my aunts and my uncles are, and it's just like really integrated. So it's just like
a strong sense of home.
Exactly. So like yours is like that, and then they welcome me. So it's like your mom is dope.
Yeah.
Brother, sisters, you know.
The crew.
Yeah.
The Hawkins family.
Yeah. So be like, you know, I like that about that. I like that about you. Like I said in the very beginning, you mentally stimulated me. It was cool. And you weren't so stressful in the beginning. Like with all the stuff that you were in, like it was
definitely a prima donna. Looking back, I was a lot.
Even like with your high maintenance, because you were high maintenance from the beginning. It was just like it was good. It was like a good high maintenance. It was like, yeah, I don't think I want this. Like I don't have the patience, or I don't think I want to waste my patience on this because this ain't that.
No, he was very patient.
Yeah, and I started realizing like, yeah, this ain't
even
that.
Even at 16, I realized things now that I'm older. Like going back, it was like, wow, yeah, like that was a lot.
Yeah. So, that was the 3 positive, right? Oh, and the other one was you were musically. No, I said the family, their home thing. The mental stability, and then now it's the music.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the music. I love music. Yeah, the negative was you got real mean. And you got, I'm trying to think. You got real mean. I guess. What's the like double standards? Like it was just really like it's just hypocritical.
Or judgment. Well,
Hypocritical and just not enough for me anymore. Like you weren't.
Like the fire went out.
Yeah.
The passion left.
It wasn't a challenge like I need to fight. It was a challenge like, okay, this is
too easy.
This bores me.
Oh Lord. And what do you think relationships are supposed to do?
I mean,
always be interesting.
Not always be interesting, but always be stimulating in a way where you don't necessarily want to leave.
My 6 things. Okay, top 3, because I'm getting the message from my PA to wrap up. So, top 3 of Jay. He was very patient and kind. Looking back, I now realize that. At the time, I don't know if I realized that, but very patient and kind. And I still, I think that's one of my favorite things about you. Like, even as an adult woman, it's like, whoa, that was a gift. And you don't find it often. I think that was rare. I also felt like you were, again, a very grounding force. And the way that you think about things, I feel like your brain works like a certain way, and it's not as common, but it's like, oh, that is a really interesting thing for you to say. So sometimes you'll say stuff and I'm like, I would have never thought that, but I like that about you because it was kind of like a weird little quirky thing that you would do. And it's like, oh, Jay's doing the quirky thing now, which I think made you interesting. Third thing I liked was how emotionally available I felt like you were. And emotionally supportive I felt like you were. And then 3 negatives, you got dismissive with me. You got, even times when I would open up about what I was going through, I felt like you were very dismissive. Other times, you didn't have the fire that I wanted you to have when it came to ambition for the future. And I wanted you to push and move and go forward with me, but it's I can't give that to you. You have to want it for yourself. But I didn't realize back then that you needed to want it for yourself. I only thought oh, I need to try and give it to you. And then because you weren't taking it and it wasn't working, quote unquote working, I felt oh, what else do I have to do to get this man to move, So I didn't like that. And then you can also be very stubborn with things.
Yes.
And it was Jay, just listen. You're just bucking me right now. And it doesn't even make sense why you're bucking me right now. And I was like, you got to click this off or it's not going to work. But then we broke up and it didn't work. So it's cool. Anyway, I think we have to wrap up now. I'm sorry, guys. To cut this conversation short, I don't want to because I want there to be a part 2. Maybe you'll have to come back to Atlanta.
Definitely can have a part 2.
Maybe I'll come up to where you are. Okay, guys. So if there are 3 truths that you would like to give the audience, what would they be?
Focus on what you can control. If you want anything, you have to do what's needed. You have to find out what's needed first. And if you fail at it and you don't want it no more, then it's okay to want to go do something else. Also, if nobody else believes in what you want to do and you want to keep doing it, no matter if you suck, keep doing it and tell them to kick rocks.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that.
Oh, can I just add a 4th one? Always believe in yourself if you just always believe in yourself.
Yeah. Believe in yourself.
That's it.
Even on your way down, you got it.
Yeah.
I'm serious. No, even failing is still going to work for you. Yeah.
You learn more in failure than you do in success. Allegedly, that's what Kobe said.
No, you do. It's true. But okay, guys. Thank you for tuning in so much. Thank you for joining us, me and Jay, my special guest, my favorite ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, favorite.
I will see you guys in the next episode of Elevate with Evani. I'll look at this camera. I will see you guys next time. Bye.